Hello, Aries. This is your June forecast. And so we do have a couple of things here that we want to run by you for this month. And here's Inky saying hi to all of you. Yes. So listen, we got Mercury retrograde this month, and it will be retrograde until that of June 23rd. And for you, Aries, it's going to be running through the area of your third house. Okay, so that has to do with communication, what you communicate, how you communicate, where you communicate it, right? There might be some adjustments that you'll be looking at. What we do typically want to be a little bit aware of is miscommunications, all right? So be very sure that you're clear, especially if you have something very, deep and on your heart, that it comes across that whoever you're speaking to is getting it and what it is that you're trying to relay. So in that sense, I feel that Mercury can also help you tweak if you have any projects that are needing to be in a written form, or if you're going to have any performances, or if you're going to be putting out any kind of verbal type of projects. I feel that Mercury can behoove you if you listen to the past, okay? It's bringing up things that you've been working on in the past. Now is the time that it could come back and you can stitch it all together. For that reason, we do like retrogrades, because when the planets are moving forward, sometimes we're just a little too busy to get all details with us, right? We might make some mental notes, and this would be the time to bring those notes in and make a full package. Another point I want to make here for June is that Jupiter now is in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so it's moved. We're going to have this with us just for a few months so you can stick your feet out and get a little bit of a feeling of what 2022 is going to be when it's going to be in this new area for you. So Aries, Jupiter has been cruising through your 11th house for social networking, your hopes and dreams. You've been expanding anything that has been on the social network, so to speak. Now it's dipping into that 12th house. So what does that mean? It means it's time to dream, and dream big. Jupiter always expands everything. That 12th house is very spiritual. It's very creative. It's very intuitive. So you're kind of like going to go internally to bring up some of these hopes and dreams you've been working on. Now is the time to kind of really, I won't say regurgitate it, but it is really time to bring it up. Look at it more from your sixth sense. Another thing I do want to mention is that Venus right now also is in this third house where Mercury is retrograde. Venus is love, it's money and romance and things that you really appreciate. So we have that until the 3rd, June 3rd, it's moving into your 4th house. And that means that your sense of love, your sense of values are going to deepen, and you're going to be looking at your foundation, home and family. And so for that sense, you might be redecorating your home. You might be spending more time with family members. It goes through this area once a year. So this is time to kind of catch up, spend time with those that are really close to heart. Some of you might see that you're going to be moving. And if so, Venus is really going to help you get everything on track, beautify your surroundings and so forth. So we have that as well. Mars is in this area. So if you've been working on home related projects here in May, especially late May, well, Venus is joining Mars, where Mars has been already putting down that footprint, now allowing you to come in with those finer details. So look at what's going on in your physical home. And for those of you moving, good luck. You're going to be really busy until that of June 12th, when Mars then moves out of this area into the 5th house. And the 5th house is all about joy and happiness and just bringing that self-expression out. You might have time to devote a little bit more to your hobbies, or whatever it is you do when you have a little downtime, free time and so forth. But the 5th house is also romance and the area of children. So you might just have a little bit more interaction with your children, more focus on them, or maybe they are focusing more on you. So you will have that for a while. Before we wrap it up, let's talk about the new moon, the time of intentions, right? June 10th, 19 degrees in Gemini. For you, that is in the area of your third house. That's where, Mercury retrograde is as well. So what should your intentions be, for the future? Well, the new moon is telling you, pay attention to communication, all communication, what goes out, but also what you're listening to. So, and travel. Third house is more short distance travel, not necessarily long distance or out of the country or anything, but it is a time where you might just feel a little bit more antsy and have been feeling antsy due to everything now, as far as, COVID and lockdown and travel restrictions. So some of you have all that pent up energy. This would be the time, Aries, to kind of get out and about, take a little day trip, if nothing else, or a weekend trip is even better, just to get out of Dodge, and rejuvenate your energies, to get that, fire going again. And I can see how some of you are bursting at the seams. Well, this new moon can help you to actually project that into your future, telling yourself, I'm going to be better about just getting out, not just sitting at home. A lot of you have, well, because we've needed to, but things are starting to loosen up. And for you, you're going to see that in the area of travel. Saturn is still retrograde, and it is in your area of friendships and social circles. Some of you, Aries, might have felt that you have been working on your relationships, friendship and acquaintance relationships. Some of you might have felt an extra burden. Maybe some of them have been going through a lot, coming to you, asking for guidance, asking for sympathy, understanding, and so forth. And you've taken that. But I can also see how you've been thinking, who really deserves my full attention? All right? Those who deserve it, those who are going to be termed long-term, they will continue to stay with you. Remember, Saturn is also very karmic. If you have been feeling that somebody's just been leaning and not giving back, there's always got to be this give take. Well, then I can see how you've been looking at who do you need to kind of weed out. That is still an ongoing process. I feel some of you might feel that this is a little difficult because when you care for people, you really care for people, right? But it is time. So in the weeding out process that Saturn is trying to help you with, you're also setting yourself up for new people that are going to be entering your life. Once this retrograde is over, you will see more where the lay of land is karmically, and you'll feel some of that burden lift off. So we have that is good too. June 24th is the time of the full moon, and the full moon always illuminates the area of our chart where it shows up, and for you, it's going to be your career. So pay attention to what takes place around the 24th. That full moon is in the sign of Capricorn, and your career. So your career can be illuminated with new challenges, and I say challenges only because this is square your sun, okay? So you might take that breath, like, oop, here we go. Take that leap of faith, new beginnings and whatnot, right? So I feel that it's good, especially here, Aries, because of the eclipse that we had in May, right? So that kind of shut things down, didn't it? Where new chapters are opening up here. So this is going to be the first full moon for you to see what the eclipse did there last month. And so for you, I feel a lot of you might just have new doors opening up within your career. Go make the most out of it. I know you're such a go-getter, and you love just to you're like the racehorses at the gates, right? So just unleash that energy. You will be good, especially now with Mars pumping you up with all that self-expression and that joy that you have. And Venus feeling very secure now in the foundation of your life, right? Really structuring it also with money, because Venus also rules money. And Inky is trying to talk to us, maybe trying to say hello to you. And so I think she wants to go outside and say hello to whoever is walking out on that sidewalk. So I'll go open the door for her. In the meanwhile, you guys have a wonderful month here in June, and I'll see you next month. Bye now.